know?
It was free. It was in last night. And
Welcome back to Talking Sports, presented by Automotive Color and Supply. Happy February 1st, everybody. We got through January, so we got about another 11 months before we have to face that again. So it's all downhill from here. Pitchers and catchers report within 2 weeks. Life is good.
and the Reds are going to win the division.
Okay.
Really?
You know what?
Why not?
And real quick, yeah, as Justin Kenny just said, and the Reds, could win the division. They could. They have made changes to that roster that are only going to bode very well for that organization. Made some player moves and such. 2 is the Automotive Color and Supply text line. If you have a question, comment, opinion, we are in studio this morning for another segment with Rock Summit Basketball, and we heard from Coach and originator Derek Jackson in the first segment. Now we're going to turn the microphones over to the players, and we have 3 players in this morning. And the first player, state your name and what school you attend and what year.
My name is Drew Nergy. I go to Bishop Dwenger High School, and I'm a junior.
Okay, how long have you been with Rock Summit Basketball?
This will be my 2nd year.
Okay, and what attracted you to Rock Summit Basketball's program first?
So actually, I was on the t-shirt team for the spring league at Always 100, and Coach saw me hustling and stuff like that. So he wanted me to be on his team, and that's where I kind of got the gist that Rock Summit was a thing.
Okay, and of course, as you said, you attend Bishop Dwenger High School, and obviously all the parameters, all the accountability, everything that has to happen for you to be a member of Rock Summit is something that you embrace, correct?
Yeah.
With grades and things of that nature, like Coach Jackson talked, grades, respect, things of that nature, something that is, well, just part of life.
Yeah.
And what's some of your favorite moments so far as a member?
I would say one of my favorite moments was when we were staying in Indy for a tournament, and we were staying at a campsite, and one of our players, he was like walking to take a shower outside, and he slipped on the hill and sprained his ankle. That was just funny.
So an off-court
Yeah.
incident or accident, if you will. Now, is that okay? When you were camping, did you take the RV?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Kind of like Cousin Eddie's RV in National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation.
Yeah.
No, that is something that the Rock Summit basketball team can travel in style with that. But well, thank you so much for coming in this morning and sharing a little bit of your story. And now, why don't you introduce the next person up to the microphone?
Okay. The next person is Chris DeWeese. He goes to Canterbury High School, and he's also a junior.
All right, Chris, step up to the microphone. And first and foremost, I got to tell you that I know the athletic director, Mr. Harkenreiter, over there. And boy, do I have some jokes to tell you about him. Anyway, but, well, how long have you been a member of Rock Summit Basketball?
I've been a member since the 4th grade.
Since the 4th grade, and by your height, you are no longer in 4th grade. What, once again, what grade are you in?
I'm a junior.
You're a junior, so okay. So about since its inception, you've been part of this.
Yeah.
And how do you think this has shaped you coming into your high school years and your basketball playing days and things like that? What has this organization done to help shape you?
I mean, it has meant the world to me. You know, coming in, I couldn't dribble, shoot, pass a basketball to save my life. But, you know, Coach Jackson, he's taught me so much about the game and just being a better person, and, I appreciate everything that he's done for me. You know, he's like a second dad to me.
Really, that's outstanding. And when you can give that kind of accolades to a coach, that really means something. I know that it's great. And I've coached in baseball at all levels for a long, long time. And it's still, as a coach, former coach, now current coach again, but it still gives you chills when someone about 40 years of age will call me Coach Shovelin, because I coached them in Little League, almost 30 years ago. And so, I mean, it just it resonates with everyone that when you've reached people,
Yeah.
and that's outstanding. So do you have any goals or aspirations after high school?
You know, I'm hoping to play college basketball. I don't have a preference where, but I know that's one of my goals for sure. Yeah.
And of course, being a student at Canterbury, you were challenged hourly.
Yeah, every day. Yeah, for sure. The academics over there it's incredible. You know, it's helped me a lot.
Outstanding.
Yeah.
Okay, why don't you introduce the third and final player that we have here this morning?
All right, so the next player is Payne Richmond. He attends Carroll High School, and he is also a junior.
All right, Peyton, step up to the mic. Now I noticed Peyton in all three members are either wearing a jersey or some kind of a shooter shirt or something like that. You've got a name on the back of your jersey.
Yeah. I think it says 1.
Yeah.
Right? I'm not sure what that means really, but I'm pretty sure it's to respect yourself as one of the people.
There you go. Okay. Talk a little bit about how your experience with Rock Summit basketball. How long have you been in the program?
This is my 3rd year, and when I first moved here freshman year, I was just a 5'3" little guy. Thought I was tough and stuff. So I'd walk into the gym thinking I was big. No one wanted that on their team. My high school team didn't want me to, they didn't really want me on the team very much. But Coach Jackson had to work out with me, and he really accepted me when I wasn't quite as good as I am now.
And now how are your grades?
I'm not quite as smart as Chris over here, but they're not bad. I'm A's and B's. Yeah, it's Canterbury.
But okay, so you're still doing quite well academically then.
Yeah.
Well, that's great. And of course, as we talked, the accountability factor with Rock Summit basketball is something where you have to maintain a C average to be able to play. If not, okay, you can still practice, work out, but there is that you have to earn your court time when there are officials out on the court and you're actually playing with the scoreboard lit up. So, well, great, gentlemen. Thank you all for joining us this morning. But with Coach Jackson, I'm going to bring him back up to the mic and have him say, "Black leader, family man." Samber's husband. Yeah. So, that's basically how I'm identified. You're Diane's husband. Yes. I am. So, but talk about the gentleman you brought with you this morning.
Yeah, Drew, for example, there was just something about his work ethic on the basketball court that initially attracted me to him. A particular play, it was a loose ball, and he literally beat everybody down the floor and hustled and got the block on a shot, and I call those type of players, those are like blue collar players that are willing to put their body on the line for their team no matter what. And that was my initial impression of him. It's been a blessing to find out that he's just a great person inside and out. He works hard. He's captain of his tennis team. He's an amazing tennis player, ranked in the state of Indiana, and yet he also invests his time to be a part of our program, and so I really appreciate that. And then Peyton, man, he's like Pistol Pete. I'm telling you, he has court vision. He can see things on the back of his head. He's just an excellent player. He's become a leader. He's become one of the captains of our basketball program. He led us in scoring the last few games of last year, but more importantly, scorers come a dime a dozen. Defense is what really shows the character of a player, because that is straight up toughness. That's going in the trenches. And Peyton's improved his defense so much that he was a humongous catalyst in our success towards the end of last year and had an opportunity to play in the Chicago All-Star game. And so it's just a great blessing to have him on our team and leading us this year. Chris, my gosh, man. We joke about it. Chris wore goggles when he came on when I started working with him years ago. But
you made a Horace Grant reference.
Yeah, Horace
actually.
Grant, yes. And ironically, Horace Grant was one of my favorite players from one of the best teams ever, Chicago Bulls. But Chris, you talk about worth ethic. You talk about coming from a great family that has bought into what we're trying to do for years. His dad played college basketball, and his dad allows me to coach his son. And that's hard for parents to do and to give that trust. But it's showing because Chris is averaging double figures per game. He had a heck of a game this past week against Northrop. I think he had like 15 or 16 points, and they were hard-earned points. And the great thing about Chris, he's an excellent student. I mean, he can write his script. He can go wherever he wants, and all these kids can. And that's what we want to do, is give these kids the opportunity and to write their script.
Mm-hmm.
And if basketball can be a little portion of that, and they can have good memories off the court with us, like going camping and kids falling down and getting back up and all of that, then that's what this is about. And so it's been a pleasure coaching these boys, and it's something that we're going to do beyond this year. You know, when these guys are done and they're graduated, we're family for life. You know, I look forward to going and watching Chris play and Peyton play and Drew. You know, even though Drew's an IU fan, we still love him here. But yeah, it's just been a great thing.
Outstanding. And yeah, now what